Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. Today we're discussing Murdercise, directed by Angelica D'Alba and Paul Ragsdale. Phoebe is an obsessed fitness nerd who gets her big break on a sleazy workout video. After being ridiculed by her co-stars, Phoebe befriends a mafia princess, Wild Child, who teaches her how to murder her way to the top. Alright, folks, I thought I'd do something fun and cheesy. I've been getting stuff ready for tomorrow, and yeah, I was like, I needed the break. I needed to watch something that just didn't require the brain cells, and God, this is perfect. The description doesn't quite fit it because the mafia princess Wild Child is actually the only sensible character in this. She's the only level-headed one. Everyone else in this is an absolute lunatic. Right, let's get the premise. We'll start off. This has been doing a run on Facebook at the moment in the sort of indie film circuit. So a lot of promo shots and that, and saying that it's out and about. So thought I'd check it out. And said it was on Amazon and Tubi and stuff. So thought, why not? So we'll start off. We've got a scene with Tatiana. Can't remember how. I think she's involved in something else, sort of LA strip scene or something. But anyway, what we'll have are a pair of serial killers running about Skid Row and basically taking people out, and starts off with she hears something, she rings the police, and yeah, they showed that bit of the video. Actually, that was one of the videos that got sort of put around as an intro. So cool. Yeah, just cheesiness. B movie. This is an homage to the 80s B movies. Like, it's tongue in cheek, but there's movies made like this in all seriousness back in the day, and yeah, they're a lot of fun. Hey, Chris. Hope you're doing well, mate. Enjoying your holiday, all that good stuff. Even if you are in Disney shit, but good to see you, man. Yeah. Yeah. So they're basically going around as fake police officers. Like, when you see them at the door, you're like, nah. We're like security guards. Who's going to get fooled by that? But I think that's the whole premise. This put this in the same category as the Toxic Avenger, 1984 one, but with more boobs and bums, and yeah, you sort of get where it's going. Add a bit of Slumber Party Massacre, the first one, but they're just dialing everything up to 11, and that's basically what it is. We then cut to, I don't quite know what the hell is going on when you first see this, because you've got a bunch of girls exercising in an office. Like, it's really strange. It's not an exercise workout studio. It's like an office, and it looks really cramped and horrible. And yeah, you've got the cameraman, and this is how you know it's a sort of period piece, because he's got the old Panasonic. He's got the proper flipping old school video camera with tape. So basically, what they're doing is they're making a home movie for the movie rental market. That's what it is. The 80s. There's a whole slew of these about exercise videos, but it's basically softcore porn. That's what they're doing. It's all, they're just a rage back in the day, and then the celebrities got involved and tried to own it and do their own and make it sort of upper class or whatever. And yeah, the whole thing just got silly. They still do those. I haven't seen it. It was a thing it became a thing for all the models and stuff to do a workout video and actresses and stuff. But this is the roots of them. Was this cheesy home rental sort of stuff? You know what I mean? But anyway, we get basically an introduction to all the characters. Quite a few of them to start off with. Anyway, one of my favorites has to be Chuck. He is the odd job man around the place, and this is essentially a cheesy movie financed by the mafia. And yeah, you can kind of see what's going. It's just all over the place. It's just insanity and ridiculousness. Chuck's like, got it. I'm going to make the lights better. I'm going to do this. He's got a dream of being his own film director. And he's a stoner. So he's pretty out there. And he's got the whole bum bag and crop top and stuff. And just, fun character anyway. the guy that plays him just plays it up the hilt. We then have Phoebe, who is basically goody two shoes, thinks she's doing this for real, can't see the wood for the tree. I mean, she can't look around her and see what she's actually involved in. Fun fact: the actress, I was looking them up. Kansas Bowling was in Death Rider and House of Vampires. Played Death Rider's sister. I'm just like, oh shit, right, okay. They're the Blast from the Past. God, I should have kept this for Cameron, but we're not reviewing stuff for another month. You know, we've got the birthday stream tomorrow, and if I had realized, would have done it this month. But yeah, like I said, kind of wanted to just do this one. I needed something just to chill out because I've been on the computer just making posts and stuff and editing and doing all sort of crap. So just like you laugh. But there's a whole slew of these type of videos by the same people, so I think we might have to dig and have them nosy and add them to the list. Right. So we then have Dominica. She's the mafia boss's wife, who's technically financing this film. Tony was like the sleaze bag owner, you know, trying to get the thing happening. But she has a provision that her daughter, Isabella, is in the movie because she thinks being in a sleazy, borderline softcore porn movie is going to straighten her out. And then we have the scene where Isabella's coming in. She's got the whole Amy Winehouse look, and she's raking about the place in her car, doing like taking corners and all full speed and stuff. And you get this whole scene of her arriving, you know, just 80s over the top, you know, chick with attitude type thing. The only thing is, though, when she comes in, she's the most sensible, like I said, the most sensible, level headed. Like you're going to follow her if you're going to follow anybody in this and uh, have them lead you astray. It's going to be Isabella because she's a clever one. Then we meet all the rest of the characters, and we've got a wrestler, we've got a stripper, we've got another dancer, we've got an actress, you know, and they're all absolute bubbleheads, and they play the roles to the T. You have to say, you can see the fun in this. That's the thing. You can see the sense of fun in making this movie, and it's just all tongue in cheek. So if you want that sort of thing and you understand it, then you're just going to have a laugh. And that's the thing. You just switch your brain, switch your brain off, get the popcorn, and just go for it. Candy is the only real actress in this, so she's done one movie, and she shows everybody her like decide to take a break and put the video in, and she shows everybody her movie, which is basically a slasher slash softcore porn. What was funny though, the phone she uses when she's in the Candy's show, and it's one of those sort of Drosky effect of we're watching people watching a video of the actress, but the phone that she's got is the same red phone that was used in the first scene. So you kind of see all right, we'll keep that prop and we'll use it again later. Pick up and things like that there, just a lot of fun. But yeah, Candy then decides to take Chuck away to have her wicked way. The thing is, Chuck goes along with it, and then when she's like, "Look at my boobs," he's like, "No, I'm a serious director. I want to join the union." So he has this thing in his head about joining the union. You can't look at boobs apparently if you're going to join this film union. And I don't remember that rule. That's why I'm not a member, I suppose. But anyway, they might have this whole extended scene of him doing this and her pulling, getting her boobs and jiggling stuff, going, "Look at my boobs," and you're just like, yeah, just you have to. It's just hilarious. Like I said, they just really dial everything up to 11 in the tongue in cheek factor. Just to go for it, and yeah, you're just along for the ride. But this is the bit where Phoebe walks in on him, Chuck runs away, like a scolded child, and you're just like, what are you doing? But I think that's the charm of his character. He's a bit simple, and he's, I don't know, the blows got to his head or something. He's just off, he's just on another planet. But yeah, this then turns out to be Phoebe's first kill. She just loses it, and yeah, Candy gets killed. The pair of scissors, because she just randomly does it. And then Isabella catches her, and then this becomes this whole absurd thing of Phoebe's supposed to be the sweet and nice girl, but then she turned out to be the psychotic killer. Have we seen that before? I think we have. Yeah, that trope's being played here to the nth degree. But then we'll have the random aspect of, let's add the actual serial killers that we saw in the first part of the movie. So they get involved, and then this whole thing just descends into chaos. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, it's meant to descend into chaos. I think that's the whole point of the movie. So you've got Phoebe flipping, between her straight-laced, goody two-shoes act, the psychotic killer, and then we'll have the obligatory do-over scene, the nerd getting done into the hot chick. So Isabella does her makeup and then she transforms, click like that, because they all have to compete to be the cover girl because Candy's now dead, miraculously.
Yeah.
The thing is, they all decide, no, we can't call the cops. Yeah, we'll just hide the body because that's what my daddy does. He has a special place for hiding the bodies. Yeah. And that's just the ridiculousness of the thing. You honestly see a body like, no, I've got to hide that, I've got to finish the video. And yeah, 4 or 5 bodies later. I don't know. Is it Antonio? Hang on, let me look at the character list. It's about Chuck, Nicky, Mikey, Gino. Sorry, Gino. I knew it was like an Italian name. Gino's just your typical I want to do lazy movies type person, and this is all a bit much for him. Like, he's a simple creature at heart. He just wants to see jiggly boobies bouncing about, and he just wants to see the money come in from making the videos. We are with Gino, but all this madness is just too much for him, and he's one breaking. Add in Dominica, the one who's funded, the mob boss's wife, who takes a liking to Frankie, the camera guy, or the director. So she decides she wants to jump on his bones. So there's all that chaos, and probably is the regular thing, in these films, because basically she picks a young one. She's like, I want him. Doink. That's it. It's just that silliness that you just get on board with, and you're like, okay, right. This is the next thing. Who is it she kills? Who's a wrestler? It's Cassandra, yeah. Cassandra's a wrestler, and they have this argument about aerobics is better than wrestling, and I'll sort you out. And yeah, aerobics wins because it becomes our second or third victim at this point. It's just silly. Then the actual serial killers come in, and they're trying to do their thing, and then Phoebe does her thing, and then Chuck gets involved because his plan is to dress up as an actual serial killer with a hockey mask and a chainsaw to distract the police so the actual killer can get away, or they chase him. Yeah, you gotta be there. You just sort of go, In this world, all their actions make sense. That's just the way of it. They trying to do their stuff, and Nikki has to do this weird flash dance thing because they're torturing him, and yeah, it just gets gnarly. How to say though, the special effects are fun. Like, you're not suspending disbelief. You're not like getting gore out. It's just comedy. It's comedy gore. It's comedy, like the chains all going through the head and stuff, the rubber heads and the knives and all, and the cut scenes and everything else. It's just, you're not meant to take this seriously. You're not meant to be looking at this going, I would really, you're just meant to be laughing, going, this is ridiculous. It's comic book, cartoon violence, cartoon horror, which, like I said, everyone, you need a bit of that. You just need a bit of just fun, just for the sake of it, and not trying to be anything serious. And that's exactly what this does. That's why I'm always movies like this are completely self-aware. They know exactly what they are, and they're not trying to be pretentious or high art or any other sort of shite. It's movies that do try to take themselves seriously and look ridiculous and have no storyline. That's the ones I really pan on. But movies like this, I 100% get what they're about. You know what I mean? They're doing exactly what they say in the tin. You know what you're getting into, so you just go with it. I think that's a difference. When I'm doing these sort of reviews, people probably wonder why I love these sort of movies. Yet there's other ones I'll just absolutely pan, and that's the main difference. Is this knows what it's trying to do, and it's just going with it. And if you're on board for that, then basically that's it. You just go for the ride and have a laugh. There you go. Everything goes like as you would expect, and we get the happy ending. You know, the cartoon sort of everything sorted out, and we all live happily ever after. You know, Phoebe joins the mafia, and I think they're having her as a friend for Isabella because yeah, who doesn't need a psychotic serial killer as a best friend and possible cleaner? You know, for send her out and hit jobs sort of thing. Um, yeah, that's it. It's just yeah, silly fun, and I enjoyed it. And yeah, if you like that sort of thing, crack on. Links in the description, all that fun, all that sort of stuff. But there you go. Just a quick one. Tomorrow we have our fifth birthday stream, so we're all together. We're all going over the last year, what went right, what went wrong, what are the plans for next year, and all that good stuff, and what we're planning to do moving forward. So hope you can join us then. I just need to say, until next time, go up the other channel, do the technical things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.